Hey guys, welcome back to DunnyZ Gaming. You're doing well, and today we will be out in the Tier 10 Russian cruiser, the Moskva. Before we do, I'll just run through a few of the stats on the ship. So the survivability is 65,400 hit points. Her main batteries are 220mm in a 3x3 configuration with a reload time of 9.1 seconds and a maximum range of 19.4 kilometers. Her AA defense rating is 69, her maximum speed 34.5 knots, and her concealment is 14.1 kilometers. For the upgrades, I have main armament modification 1, surveillance radar modification 1, aiming systems modification 1, damage control modification 2, concealment system modification 1, and main battery modification 3. For her captain skills, I have priority target, adrenaline rush, superintendent, concealment, and fire prevention. So without further ado, let's take the Moskva to battle. So then guys, here we go. Hope you're going to enjoy this one. It was a game I thoroughly enjoyed, although I'll be honest, I'm not going to move too far. I'm going to try and hold this left flank most of the time on my own, and there's going to be some requesting supports pinging away, but very little comes unfortunately, but that's no problem. Now I just want to say a quick thanks to all you guys who obviously send me messages and comment on the videos, like the videos. I've gone through a little bit of some hassle in my personal life at the moment, so the videos may slow a little bit, just purely because I've not had time to do them and play and things like that. So bear with me. There will be videos coming as soon as I have them. This game is only my 4th game in the Moskva, so I am still learning this ship, still learning its strengths. I've got a good idea of its weaknesses. I mean, it's not a ship that wants to be overwhelmed by multiple enemies. You know, one-on-one with, you know, a battleship, it doesn't seem to have too much problem. Maybe even 2-on-1 with 2 battleships at range. It's a long to medium range cruiser. It's not Des Moines you want to be sitting at an island and keep peeking out and setting fires and stuff. And it does have a very pronounced and easy to hit citadel. That in my experience from fighting against the Moskvas, any time that this ship gives me broadside and I fire at it, it's almost a guaranteed citadel. So I'm just going to move up this flank. You can see I'm only going quarter speed, half speed. I keep varying my speed. I just want the Harugumo in front of me to see what's coming this way, and by the looks of it, we've got the Alaska there. There's a couple of Yamatos who are going to come this way who we will deal with later. So my first salvo is AP. The Alaskas at the minute obviously are fresh into the game, so trying to figure out their weaknesses and strengths, having not played one, is a little bit difficult, but you know, we're getting there. And the John Bart opens up, and this guy basically just going to YOLO straight down here towards us. I have got the Conqueror who's backing me on my left hand side. And there we go, instant fire on our first salvo to him. But yeah, as I say, I'm just getting used to this ship. And I mean, the instant he repairs it, so I mean, I can only presume that this guy's a bot, even though he has got a clan tag in the name. I don't really understand the decision of repairing a single fire when you've got a Conqueror, Harugumo, and me. But he's going to pay for that quite shortly. And I basically just want to hold this position. I'm not going to go too far from here. There's another fire, so that's a permanent fire. I'm not going to move too far away from here. I'm going to keep varying going forwards and backwards just to try and make it a bit more difficult for them to hit me. If I'm stationary and I'm not moving, I'm a lot easier to hit. Harugumo there's got his torpedoes away, both sets. The Conqueror's already seen what's coming this direction and has turned around and is making a run for it. And now he has got a lot better concealment than me. The Moskva's concealment, even with concealment expert built in with the captain and the module, is still 14 kilometers, which is enormous. So I kind of found in this game, once I'd got to this position and I was happy with it, I didn't really want to try and bail and turn away and run away from here, because by the time I've given everybody broadside at the end of the map, I'd have got a paddling and the game would have been over. So AP, obviously broadside, I just want to see whether it would do some decent damage, and it does 2,500. So I'll keep the AP loaded. Now the one thing I do really enjoy is the Mossberg. Definitely, if your aim's on point, definitely rewards it. You're not dealing with the shells like you get in the Des Moines, dead floaty arcs, you know, at long range they're a lot more difficult to hit. You know, I've popped my radar, just really as information, because it's now 12 kilometres, not 11.7. So I just want to give the Harugumo some information in front of him that there isn't a destroyer pushing him, and there isn't a destroyer going to keep him spotted. And there we go, Yamato opening up on us, both of them. And as you can see, minimal damage really, 5,000–6,000. So you're going to see my damage tanked counter in the top right hand corner, just below the damage counter itself. That's going to start climbing fairly considerably during this game to what will be a record tank damage in any game since I've been playing with the warships for me. But in the meantime, I'm just basically going to sit here. CV's not bothering me. These Yamatos, you know, at that range, I know how difficult it is to hit things even in the Yamato with legendary module at this range. So yeah, they might get a Citadel on me, they might land a lucky shot, but getting consistent damage on me when I can heal it back, I can go dark, not that worried. So I'm just going to keep up the fire. If I can set a couple more fires on these guys, maybe get a perma fire, start working them down. And there we go. I've got to keep moving forward a little bit, because at the minute Harugumo seems to be running away. I don't know what, I can only presume the CV's spooked him, so he's turned away from that. So I did consider moving into this island, to be honest with you, but you know, with the detection on this thing, bit sketchy. I could get rushed from one side or the other. At least if I'm in open water, I can look left, I can look right, and I'm not reliant on reversing and trying to get behind an island and stuff like that. Now I do want to just keep up the fire on these guys, but obviously I need them to be spotted, because they're all still in range for me. Because I mean, the Mossberg has excellent range. And there we go, somebody's just hit a fairly chunky salvo on me there for probably about 10k. But we're going to start healing some of this back now. What I really want to try and avoid, even though I have put fire prevention on the captain, is to just prevent trying to get set on fire continuously. So I don't want to be in range of multiple ships, which I am now. So I kind of want to get moving back, because there's a double fire, so Orange Jesus is looking after us a bit there, and as you can see now, the fire rate is starting to come in, which is when I ask for support. You know, the Conqueror is to my left. I've got a radar ready for this Lightning, who for some reason has decided to sail 9 kilometres from me in front of me and stay detected. It's an interesting decision, I've got to be honest. But so there's the radar, so I can keep him lit for at least another 30 seconds, unless he turns away. And the damage is racking up now. You know, we're already below half health. So, ship's in full reverse. I just need to start moving out of here. Obviously, I'm trying to keep the Lightning spotted as long as I can. Obviously, he's gone out of radar range now. But I really need to start working on some of these ships now, start getting some of these hit points down. Because there's a lot of healthy ships out there. I mean, the Yamato there, Mr. Nobu, you know, he's starting to look a little bit low. But the Alaska is really my problem with short reload, and he can keep putting, you know, high explosive fire into me. I really need to start working him down a little bit. Obviously, the destroyers smoked him up, so that's not going to be happening anytime soon. So I'm going to switch back to the Yamato. See if we can get some more fires on this guy. I've got another heal underway. I've still got 2 to use, so it's not the end of the world at the minute. And we're still holding this flank. These guys, there's 4 or 5 of them down there, and they're not pushing this flank. Yamato down. Conqueror managed to burn him down, so that's good news. But yeah, I mean, the thing that I've found with the Moskva, I've only played 6 or 7 games with this thing, even now I'm making this video. As long as you're not overwhelmed, you know, from multiple angles, you know, you can tank some serious damage in this thing and still come out, you know, on top and win a fight. So, I mean, people I see in Moskvas, you know, they see there's a couple of enemies come in, they turn around, they give broadside, and then they just get a complete paddling by half the enemy team. And then, you know, they complain on the chat and say, oh, nobody supported me, I've been left on my own. You know, you can tank a lot more damage than you probably realise. Obviously, you need to be careful of torpedoes, that's why you've got radar. And you need to be mindful of this. Now, I've just lost the Harugumo and the Conqueror on this flank, and I've now got a Gearing, a Lightning, a Yamato, an Alaska, a Rune, and the Midway are all on this flank. So there's my radar. I'm going to pop it now just because I want to see where these guys are. See if anybody's going to start pushing forward. And again, the Lightning has made the fatal mistake of running inside the 12km detection in my radar. So, you know, I want to just keep putting this guy off. I don't want him to get in torpedo range, really. And now I've got nobody here on this flank. The rest of my team have all gone through C and D, and they're still sitting over there. Now I am going to start calling, you know, for support, because the only 2 ships who were with me are now dead. And I'm basically just going to start backpedaling now. And just try and keep putting some fire onto this Yamato and see if I can't work him down a little bit now. Because he's my biggest threat, really, other than the Gearing. I mean, I don't think the Lightning's going to get close enough to me to do any damage. But this Yamato definitely can do a lot of damage to me. But you can already see the damage tank to counter at 2.3 million. And we're still going. But we have got a perma fire, it looks like, on this Yamato. Always letting it burn. And the Gearing's obviously smoking him up for what reason, I don't know. I mean, the Gearing could be sending torpedoes my way a long time ago. But I basically just want to keep backpedaling. There you go, he's got another decent hit on me, so I'm going to pop another heal. We've still got 1 remaining heal. And yeah, I mean, I've got to say the damage that we're doing to him is mildly underwhelming. I mean, my aim's a little bit off there because he's varying his speed and I am just going backwards. So I'm trying to call for support. You know, I've got Hindenburg to my right who's at sea, who when I called support some time back could have turned around and come back this way to try and give me some support. He chose not to. He chose to park himself at sea, the same as the Ibuki has. I've got an Azumo who looks to be leaving the D cap and moving this way, and there we go, look. So the Gearing is within range of his torpedoes. I don't know what torpedo setup he's got him up to 10 kilometres, so I'm waiting for this radar to come off cooldown, another 5 seconds. And there's his second set. So I've got quite lucky, really. I've not took one of those. And I'm going to pop it, and there he is. And yeah, I don't know whether he thinks I've run out of radars. I'm not really sure. You know, he's spunked both sets, so now he's completely defenceless. He's used his smoke screen, not that that would help him. And still my aim's off. Yeah, this guy should have been dead already. We'll get a secondary. Close quarters expert. And we'll continue reversing and putting some more fire on this Yamato, who is super healthy, let's be honest. 85,000 versus my 15. I'm going to be lucky to survive. And that was where I was at the point that I am now, you know, watching this video and doing the commentary for it. No, this is probably going to be over. We've just got our Witherer for all the fire damage that we've done. Another heal underway. That's our final heal, so whatever we get out of this heal now is all the health we're going to have. And just want to keep this guy under fire now and try and get some perma fires on this guy. Try and work him down a little bit. I'm hoping that somebody is going to come back this way and help me out with this guy, but I'm trying to vary my speed a little bit, so it is putting some of his shots off. And we're already at 3.2 million tank damage and still going. And we're doing sort of 2,500 salvos on him each time, so yeah, you know, it's not the end of the world. We just can't get a bloody fire, so you know, I kind of want to keep this angle towards the Yamato. I want to let him keep rushing me. The closer he gets to me, you know, the more, you know, the easier he is to hit. Not that he was particularly difficult at range, but I mean, he's far easier for me to hit and start banging some fires into. And we're down to 14,000 health. So, I mean, if he gets a citadel on us now, I'm dead, basically. And the damage count's still going, and there we go, finally, permanent fire. And now I basically just want to be going superstructure now, because he's nosing in at me. I'm just going to start banging some second airstrips. What am I about? Start hitting his superstructure with some shells, try and get another fire on this guy. And you can see his guns are turning. He's obviously got absolutely sick and tired of shooting at me. That sick and tired that he's now going to ignore me and shoot at the Izumo who's coming to my right hand side. And that's great news for me, because I'm a couple of salvos away from being dead. He did knock out one of our front guns just momentarily. But yeah, I'm just going to keep up this withering fire rate on him now, and nobody's shooting at me. I've just noticed on the minimap the CV is coming in, so I pop my defensive AA. And those planes ain't going to last 5 minutes, so there's another fire. So he's now got 2 permanent fires on. And the damage counter, you know, we're now 195,000 now. There's all those planes they've gone. I was hoping we would get that kill, but unfortunately not. And there you go, guys. Massive amount of damage tanked. Just shy of 200,000. I know it wasn't a massive fest of kills or anything like that, but I just wanted to highlight just how strong this ship is. And, you know, performance of it has been absolutely brilliant. We even got the Dreadnought. So 2,000 base XP, yeah, we only got 1 kill, but we held that flank to the bitter end, which was a surprise. I thought we would have gone down at some point on that flank. So, as always guys, I hope you enjoyed that one. I thought I'd do a commentary on this one, being as I was solo, and 3.4 million tanked, so that's a really new record for me anyway. So as always guys, I hope you enjoyed that one, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.